You've heard or read about it many times in the past decade. We need leaders. It's said about business, politics, even religion. If there is one ingredient essential to the success of any organization or effort, it is leadership. Just what is leadership? That's what we're going to discuss. We'll define leadership, discover our present leadership skills, and determine how we can become better leaders. Qualities of leaders. Leadership is the capacity to influence others to achieve worthwhile results. Personality qualities of leaders are: they're emotionally mature. Leaders are comfortable with themselves and accept their own faults and abilities. They are predictable and dependable. They are also independent. Leaders are free thinkers. They are not afraid to disagree with the majority. They question and are willing to change policies and procedures. They are strong-willed. Leaders are determined. They will overcome all obstacles to achieve their goals. They are courageous. Leaders are willing to take risks and are not afraid to fail. They're ambitious. Leaders have strong desires to achieve, and they are willing to work longer and harder to do so. They're resilient. Leaders continue to perform despite delays, disappointments, distractions, or failures. They're charismatic. Leaders capture the popular imagination. They inspire. They have certain mental qualities. Leaders are quick. Leaders think rapidly. They can analyze situations and alter plans accordingly. Leaders are knowledgeable. They know their organization, its practices, and its culture. They are good judges. Leaders form opinions and make decisions objectively and wisely. Their opinions and decisions reflect the goals of the organization and society in general. They have foresight. Leaders look ahead, predict what will happen, and plan for it. They have value systems. Good values. Values are our beliefs and principles by which we live. Our values shape our personality, attitudes, and style of leadership. Values are positive and constructive. For example, a person who values good health may exercise, eat healthy foods, and read health-related magazines. A portion of this person's daily life is centered around this value. Similarly, leaders who value quality workmanship will establish goals that ensure quality. Chrysler Corporation Chairman Lee Iacocca, in his efforts to save his failing company in the early 1980s, told his vice presidents, "We are going to build cars to equal the Japanese competition." The whole corporation worked toward this objective and succeeded in saving itself. Leadership style. Great leaders may be very different in their approaches. They do not lead people in the same way. The difference in leadership behavior is called style. Leadership style is a consistent and distinctive pattern of behavior on the part of a person acting in a leadership role. Your leadership style or pattern is an expression of your personal orientation to several key aspects of leadership: how you think, how you influence others, how you guide the day-to-day actions, and how you employ structure, that is, rules, policies, and systems. All human behavior follows patterns. We all adopt certain habits and ways of doing things based on our individual personalities. Your leadership style has an enormous influence on your team's effectiveness. Whether you are formally appointed to a position or serve at the group's pleasure, you are influencing the ideas, feelings, and actions of your team member, sometimes in ways you may not be aware of. Usually, team members perceive the leader's style much more clearly than the leader does, and they tend to understand its effects better. You may hear one team member say to another, "We'd better not bring that up. The boss will never go for it." Or, "You'll have to catch him at the right time if you want to sell him on that idea." Or, "Make sure you give her lots of facts and figures if you want her to make a decision." Every leader needs to be keenly alert to the adjustment team members are making to accommodate his or her style, because some of the adaptations may not be in the best interest of the team's success. People may withhold from or alter information given to the leader in order to get a certain response. They may avoid discussing certain issues they know the leader has strong feelings about. They may hide mistakes and cover up unpleasant facts to avoid criticism or abuse from the leader. An effective leader understands how he or she leads and assesses as objectively as possible the impact of that leadership style on the enterprise and on the team's effectiveness. Every leader is entitled to his or her own leadership style. Each of us has certain strengths that we have learned to use for our own benefit and for the benefit of others. But one's own strength can sometimes become a liability. Psychologists refer to a principle known as the strength-weakness irony. This means that one's strength, such as a particular attitude or skill, when taken to an extreme, can actually become a weakness. For example, a person may be very decisive with the ability to quickly absorb information, identify what is relevant, find the core issue of the problem, and make a decision about how to solve it. Taken to an extreme, however, this orientation towards decisiveness can result in snap judgments and inability to appreciate the complexity and subtlety of certain issues. In addition, a leader who thinks and decides quickly may intimidate others and make them insecure about their own thinking abilities. Team members may automatically defer to the leader out of reluctance to share their concerns, views, or ideas. Other examples of this strength-weakness irony may include confidence, which can extend to overconfidence and arrogance; determination, which can extend to stubbornness and unwillingness to recognize and correct mistakes; democratic decision-making, which can extend to wishy-washiness and trying to please everyone; analysis, which can turn into an inability to take action. Understanding your leadership style means understanding your strengths, knowing how they can sometimes become your weakness, knowing how your style influences the attitudes, feelings, and actions of others, and knowing how to alter your behavior patterns to meet situational challenges or team needs. Next, we'll learn, can leadership style be learned or changed?